Welcome to episode 23 of Action RPG game in Unity. This episode is going to prepare the environment for next two episodes, which are going to be pretty big in scale. Next episode will be implementing magic spells and skills. An episode after that will be dealing with implementing a new Unity input system. I'm aware this episode is a little short and rough around the edges, but hang in there, we're getting there. First, let's apply changes to the player character prefab. Good, today we want to expand our UI by adding actual globes of health. You can find the link to the assets in the description. It's assets from OpenGameArt. Set the setting of the sprite to be a UI sprite and turn off filtering. Now create a UI image for health globe border. Rename the newly created sprite, resize it and move it to the bottom left position. So we have a border, and now we need to create a sprite for inner part of the globe of health. It will be of solid red color. Set the used sprite as a white pixel. This will allow us to configure our image. Use vertical fill. We have UI pool-bar script, which maintains the reflection of the state of your pool. On the character object, we have to reference our new HP UI element for the HP pool. And let's check this. Good. As you can see, our character now have a globe which is leaking red square outside its corners. There is a multiple way how to fix this issue. We will do the simplest way. Just simply duplicate the file of the ring and fill it with red color. You can find both of those modified globes in the description or make your own version of it. Just keep the size consistent and you should be able to simply overlap those two objects and they will work perfectly fine. Good. Delete deprecated HP bar. Now let's introduce a new pool called Energy. Add a new statistic called Energy. Declare a new pool of Energy. First, we need to declare it in the enum. Then add it into the list of stats. Remember that we need to add it in the init method. And remember, it must be in the same order as in enumerator. We introduced energy after life, so we place energy in a init after life. Good. Now we have an energy pool for our player character. Let's show it on our screen as energy globe. Duplicate the health globe. Move it to the right side of the screen. Let's move button closer to the middle, so they are not obscured by energy globe. Replace the red globe with blue one. Now we have to link our energy pool to the energy globe. If you don't remember how to do this, it is done in character UI component. Make serialized reference to energy globe UI element. Then in the update status of the object on the screen. Let's test this. And your blue ball of energy should reflect the amount of energy our character have. Good. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. You will get cool perks like being featured like those cool people you can see right now on your screen, or access to project files. Small fix before we continue. Make sure your health globe is anchored to the bottom left corner and energy globe is anchored to bottom right corner. Good. Okay, right now if I want to attack enemy, we need to keep tapping the button, and if I hold the button, my character will not be repeating the attack after he completes the attack. To fix this, it's actually pretty simple. Open player character input, and inside the update call get mouse button and not get mouse button down. That will make it possible to just hold the button to attack and to move. Good. But it will make it the same for interacting with objects. So now if you hold the button and move through the chests, you will be opening all those chests. So when your left mouse button is pressed, check if the button been pressed down. If it is, it means your player just started the press of the button and we want to check they interact. We are checking for tapping the button on the interactable objects. And if player keep holding the button and it is over the interactable objects, we will exit out of execution. This is a very dirty approach to the input, but we will be updating our input to the new input system after we implement magic spells and skill system into the game, so this will work for now. Good, this is it for this episode. Special thank you to the Salt Hashdu and Stormbreaker 9000 for their generous support. With best regards, see you in the next episode.